Welcome to Suvarna's educational channel. We have started this channel in order to enlighten everyone.
Hello children, how are you all? Hope you all are happy and healthy. Welcome back to the social class children. Before to begin our session today, please keep all your requirements ready so that whenever I pose questions to you, you can answer. Children, today you are going to learn part 4, Democratic and Nationalist Revolutions in 17th and 18th centuries. Before to enter into the topic, children, have you all done your home assignment? I believe that all of you have done your home assignment. Please check your answers if they are correct or not. Have you all written correctly, children? Children, please ensure that all these points to be in your answers so that it will help you to learn better. Let's quickly review the previous class. In your previous class, you have learned how France became a constitutional monarchy and the Declaration of Rights of Man and Citizen. Let's quickly see today's objectives. Let's quickly see objectives for today. You're going to learn by the end of this session the reign of terror and why it is known as a reign of terror, a directory that rules France, and also women and French Revolution. Please observe this picture, children. It's a picture of the reign of terror in 1793 to 1794. Maximilien Robespierre followed a policy of severe control and punishment. That is why this period is called as a reign of terror. The period from 1793 to 1794 is referred to as reign of terror. Why it is known as reign of terror, children? Because Maximilien Robespierre had followed a policy of severe punishment and control. And you can see here the picture. Okay. You can see in this picture how the man is beheaded here. So, all those whom he saw as being enemies, who is he? That is Robespierre. Whoever was against him, against his policies, okay, they were considered as the enemies of him. And who were those enemies of him? They were the ex-nobles, clergy, members of other political parties, even his own party members had not agreed the policies that were followed by Robespierre. Therefore, what was the consequence if they don't accept him and if you don't accept his policies? Yes, absolutely right. They were arrested, imprisoned, and they were tried by a revolutionary tribunal. If the court found them guilty, they were guillotined. You can see here, guillotine means man beheaded by a machine. You can see in this picture, machine that is beheading the man. Very pathetic, isn't it? Yes, you can observe here also how the man is guillotined here. Therefore, Robespierre government issued law placing a maximum ceiling on wages and prices. Like meat and bread were rationed, peasants were forced to transport their grain to the cities and sell it at prices fixed by the government. All citizens were required to eat the pantheigalites, which means equality bread. What do you mean by pantheigalites? It is equality bread. It is made of whole wheat. Okay, children? Churches were shut down during this time and their buildings were converted to barracks or offices. Robespierre pursued his policies so relentlessly that even his supporters began to demand moderation. Finally, he was convicted by a court in July 17. Arrested. Finally, he was convicted by a court and was arrested and on the next day sent to the guillotine. Okay, children, here is a small task for you. Start answering the blanks. Excellent, children. Please check your answers if they are correct or not. Very good, children. The next comes a directory that rules France. The fall of the Jacobin government allowed the wealthier middle class to seize power. So the wealthier middle class had to rule. A new constitution was introduced which denied the right to vote, non-propertied sections of the society. Therefore, finally, it provided for 2 elected legislative councils. These then appointed a directory and executive made of 5 members. What do you mean by a directory? An executive made up of 5 members, which means before it was in the hands of only one person. Later on, now the power was in the hands of the 5 members, that is called as directory. You can see the picture of Napoleon Bonaparte here. Here, the directors often clashed with the legislative council who then sought to dismiss them. The political instability of the directory paved the way for the rise of military dictator called Napoleon Bonaparte. What made Napoleon Bonaparte to declare himself as dictator, as an emperor? The political instability of the directory. Finally, captured powers and declared himself as the emperor of France, and most of the Democrats felt that as a betrayal of French Revolution. Through all these changes in the form of government, the ideals of freedom, of equality before the law and fraternity remained inspiring ideals. These ideals motivated political movements in France and the rest of Europe during the followed century. Women in French Revolution. Let's see the role of women in French Revolution. From the very beginning, women were active participants in the events which brought about so many important changes in French society. They hoped that their involvement would pressurize the revolutionary and there would be quick changes that can be introduced to improve their lives. Let's see how they had participated. Most of the women of the Third Estate had to work for a living. They worked as seamstresses or laundresses, sold flowers, fruits and vegetables at the market, or were employed as domestic servants in the houses of prosperous people. Most women did not have access to education or job training. That was the situation of women of the Third Estate people. Only daughters of nobles or wealthier members of the Third Estate could study at a convent, after which their families arranged a marriage for them. Working women had also to care for their families. You see the situation of the family, situation of the women. It was very worse. Therefore, working women had also to care for their families, and third estate women were not sent to the schools. Only if they had to study, they had to study at a convent. They had to also cook, fetch water, queue up for bread, and look after the children. Their wages were less than men. Again, there is inequality. Lot of discrimination between man and woman. In order to discuss and voice their interests, women started their own political clubs. Women started their own political clubs in order to discuss about their own problems and also interests. So they started to raise their voice through newspapers and political clubs. About 60 clubs came up. And you can see the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women was the most famous of them. One of the main demands was that women enjoy the same political rights as men. Women were disappointed that the Constitution of 1791 reduced them to passive citizens. They demanded the right to vote, to be elected to the assembly, and also hold political offices. Together with the creation of state schools, schooling was made compulsory for all girls, and their fathers could not force anymore to make their girls to get married against their will. Therefore, marriage was into contract that women can enter into freely and also registered under civil law. You can see the change that occurred between before and after the revolution. And divorce was made legal and could be applied for both women and men. Women could now train for jobs and could become artists or run small businesses. Women's struggle for equal political rights, however, continued. During the reign of terror, the new government issued laws ordering closure of all the women's clubs. So during the reign of terror, again there was a problem for women. Women were asked to close all their political clubs, and they banned their political activities, and many prominent women were arrested and number of them were sent to the prison. You can see how women had participated in the revolution movement. Women's movements for voting rights and equal wages continued through the next 200 years. See children, the struggle for women's movements for writing votes and equal wages, it continued for almost 200 years in many countries of the world. The fight for the vote was carried out through an international suffrage movement during the late 19th and 20th century. When was the international suffrage movement took place? During the late 19th and 20th centuries. It was finally in 1946 that women in France won the right to vote. When did the women in France won the right to vote, children? In 1946. Okay, children, hope you all have understood whatever is taught till now. Here are the questions. Please start answering. I'll give you 1 minute of time. Excellent, children. Check your answers. Have you all written correctly, children? Very good. Let's quickly review today's session. In today's session, you have seen The Reign of Terror by Robespierre, A Directory, Rules France by Napoleon Bonaparte, and the participation of women in French Revolution. Here is a home assignment. Start noting down the question. Excellent children, in our upcoming session, we're going to learn the new lesson, Democratic and Nationalist Revolution in 19th century. Under that, we're going to have the introduction part, nationalism, rise in European states, kingdoms of Europe, and the aristocracy and the new middle class. Excellent children, hope you all have understood whatever is taught till now. Meet you all in my next session. Keep waiting for more interesting topics. Till then, take care. Bye. Stay home. Stay safe. Happy learning, children.